So I grew up in a Partridge Family. When I was 3 years old, they put me on stage and I could just naturally kind of keep time. And I had this really unnaturally low voice. And so instead of singing choir songs like little kids, they had me singing Elvis songs. It just was kind of the natural path in life to have this love and passion for music and want to be surrounded by it. And then I ended up auditioning for a boy band, and so he put us on tour with Destiny's Child, and we opened up for Bon Jovi and did all these big fun shows, and that led to a career in acting. My whole life I was gonna, for my career, be an entertainer. Whether it was in music or whether it was in acting, I knew that's what I wanted to do with my whole life. But when I decided that I wanted to change out of music and acting, one of the things that I could not really see myself being was a doctor. I'd never really pushed myself academically before, but I knew I was a fighter and I knew I was determined. Part of the reason why I chose emergency medicine is because along the path toward becoming a doctor, my sister decided that she wanted to be an emergency room nurse. And she would tell me the coolest stories. And in my head, I realized I want to live those stories. People in emergency medicine, the patient wheels in, we don't know what their diagnosis is, we don't know what's going on with them, we don't know what their short-term and long-term prognosis is. We're figuring all that out on the fly while simultaneously trying to dictate what resources we need to be able to stabilize this person. I had turned my back on music completely, but then there was this one kind of magic moment that pulled me out of that. And that's when my mom was being treated for stage 2 breast cancer at UT Southwestern. We brought our instruments, kind of brought back the enjoyment and the passion of our youth and music. And man, that room lit up. And there was so much happiness and joy and love. And I knew that I had to do something to allow others to experience the positive benefits of that. And Music Meets Medicine was born. This program is the best way that I've experienced throughout my medical training of bringing the heart back in to medicine for me. When I am able to walk into a room with a guitar and connect with a patient, the heart comes back to medicine for me, and it makes me a better physician. I think the key to being able to do this and to being able to connect with patients is to try to read the room the best you can, and that's something that we do in emergency medicine as well. And so you do your best to be flexible and to decide, are they ready to have that guitar in their lap, or is that way too intimidating? You know, do you need to ease them into that? In the very best scenario, Music Meets Medicine is able to provide a certain skill set for a patient to where they then can have that as part of their identity. They can go from just being a patient to being a patient who's also a guitarist and have that for the rest of their life. A way that we may have the very least impact, I still think that it can have a very positive impact on their treatment day, their treatment hour, those 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be a forever thing, but to be able to put a positive spin on something that can otherwise be consistently draining makes it all worth it.